Welcome to Real Hospitality Conversations, where we talk honestly about the people, the pressure, and the passion behind hospitality. From the front line to the leadership, from then to now, these are the conversations shaping our industry. This is Real Hospitality Conversations. Welcome to Real Hospitality Conversations. My name is Kerwin DeMatas, and today we are going to look at why guests always talk of value for money, why they say it, and what do they really mean. Value for money. This is the most common phrase we will hear of many of our travelers today. Yet, it is one of the least understood many times by our team members, even our managers themselves. When guests say it wasn't value for their money, they are really talking about price. There are many other factors that contribute to them saying that. So, what is value for money and what does it mean? Back then, in the old days, when our guests spoke of value for money, many times they are speaking of bigger rooms, or there was more food on their plate when it comes to a la carte service, or more in the way of luxury. Today, when they speak of that, they are many times talking of the emotional expectations behind value for money, or smoother experiences, where our teams, if they are not prepared emotionally to attend to these guests and their expectations, they also compare that as not meeting value for their money, even feeling recognized and respected. The simple thing of we always encourage our team members when we see our guests, let us try, when and if possible, to address them by their name. Do you know how much a guest holds on to that feeling when you acknowledge them, especially by their name? Value today has moved away from what was quantity to quality of feeling. This is how our guests compare value for money. The expectation gap. Most disappointment happens upon our guests' arrival to the product they have booked into. One time we spoke of anxiety, guest anxiety. When they build this expectation of what they should see from what they have booked on the internet, when they reach the final destination and what they saw does not meet that expectation, already they will be thinking, they may even say, my goodness, I do not see the value for my money here. I was not greeted well. I did not feel acknowledged. I feel like I was ignored, etc. So the online images they see when they go to make their bookings, or even from the reviews they read, they will already compare in their mind what the pricing structure should look like. They have created this mental picture prior to getting to that destination of what the product should look or feel like. Therefore, we have a problem. When reality does not match what these guests have made as their mental picture, they already begin to feel dissatisfied. They do not feel as if what they have spent, they are getting that in return. Today, as we said, it's not about quantity anymore. It is about the quality they would expect when they pay for that experience. Therefore, guests don't compare you to your competitors. They compare you to what their expectations were looked forward to. This is what they have made in their head. This is what they were looking forward to. but we were not able to meet that. Let us look at the role of the staff and what this perceived value should feel like. Staff interactions with our guests. Remember, we are depending on these team members to be able to recover or to de-escalate a problem when a guest may find that, hold on, I am not happy with this service or this item or even this server. How do we go about de-escalating these problems? This is where we need to prepare and to train our teams effectively, constructively on how to de-escalate or to solve our guests' problems. We cannot have the guests come and destroy our facilities. And when I say destroy, I don't mean literally destroying the structure, the infrastructure, but by going on the review platforms and saying everything which is not right on these platforms. Remember, everyone reads these reviews. When you go on the Booking.com, Travelocity, TripAdvisor, these platforms are very strong in today's world. Many of our guests, that's how they shop. They may hardly even go to the website of the company. They will go on the platforms to read what the reviews are. And if the majority of these reviews are negative, already in their mindset, that's not where I want to be. That place is awful. When many times they have never even seen the place before. But this is our industry today. Therefore, when our guest comes to us, we should be happy. We should be able to greet them warmly and genuinely. We need to set a clear expectation of what we are there to do. We are there to ensure our guests are happy, that we are able to meet whatever the problems were and we are able to solve it, that we are able to create a first impression from the moment they walk through that door. So colleagues, we are in a very interesting industry today, and we need to prepare our team members to that reality. It's a new world out there. And today it is all about emotional intelligence and soft skills. And if our team members are not able to do that, then we are on the wrong footing already. Let's look at why the value is emotional and not financial. What do I mean here? Guests justify costs emotionally. They remember how they felt and not what they paid. Remember, we said when we speak to guests, we need to look at the tone of our voice, even our body language. Many of how our engagements today with our guests, it is very much psychological. If we are able to greet our guests genuinely and we are showing them we are very happy to have them there, guess what? They will place a lot of emotion in what they paid for. They will say, oh wow, this is the best lodge I have ever been in all my travels through the region. This is the best food. This is the best server. Now, many times during the service, the team member or a waiter, bartender, whoever they may be, they may make a mistake. But do you know the guest will be willing to forgive that mistake simply because of the hospitality those team members portrayed to the guest. And that's a fact. So today, yes, many of our guests today, they budget what they will spend, how they will travel, etc. But once they do get to the destination, money is being paid, they are spending, but they will lay much more emotion on what they feel when they go to that certain product. So when we train our team members or we develop them, we must look and encourage them to be aware. Please ensure that they are able to read our guests effectively, that they are able to communicate effectively with them. We said English may not be the first language of many of our team members locally in Namibia, and that is fine. Nothing is wrong with that. However, our team members should be able to communicate effectively with our guests because English is the biggest language globally. Wherever you go in our hospitality and tourism industry globally, you will find the majority of our team members, that's what they speak, English. Because that's what the majority of our guests speak, English. We need to build the confidence in our team members, encourage them to learn their menus, encourage them to learn their wines, encourage them to know what their service is about. You know, once our team members are able to have that level of product knowledge within their service environment, do you know how confident that team member will feel? That they are able to assist that guest right there in the moment without even going for a menu. That is the level of team members we want working in our industry today. Our industry is not getting any slower. Actually, it's getting quite fast. And the idea behind everything we are doing today is to encourage our guests to come to our destinations, that we are able to have them feel well taken care of, that they can feel what our products are, and that we can encourage them to spend more. And above all, emotional intelligence. Remember, when we are interviewing our team members today, it's not focused primarily on the IQ, but more on the EQ, the emotional intelligence. Are our team members communicative? Can they communicate well? Are they honest? Are they empathetic? Are they kind? Do they know what responsibility means, etc.? This is where real scenario-based learning becomes critical today in our industry. In closing, we want to emphasize that when many of our guests book online, the price is fixed. When I say it's fixed, they are not able to negotiate. Maybe, depending on what the platform may be, they may get credits or discounts. But generally, what you see is what you get there. Experience, however, is flexible. We want that our team members are able to adapt with whatever our guests' needs are. And especially when it comes to our Millennial and Gen Z guests. Apart from being very demanding and impatient, they are very much informed, but once you are able to meet their expectations, my goodness, it is easy sailing from there. They may not communicate too much with you, the service provider, but that is fine. Many of these guests today, they come to vacation on their terms. They know what they want to do, they know where they want to go, etc. And they don't need us to be on their shoulder every single moment, because again, that will contribute to a very negative engagement with these guests. They don't like us to be around them too much. They just want that we know what we are selling, what we are offering, that we are able to project and meet what their expectations are. And once we are able to do that, it is happy sailing from there. So hospitality is not always about perfection, but it's about people in our industry, our guests, our team members, and above all, that we are able to engage with each other responsibly, respectfully, and that we are able to meet what the trends are in our industry, because that's what our industry is about. It's very trendy. What I am telling you now can very well change tomorrow. We hope this episode was informative. We encourage you to send your comments, questions, or whatever your feedback may be, which you may have for this podcast and which you will find on our Real Hospitality Conversations YouTube channel. If you want to know more about Soul of Hospitality, we encourage you to visit our website, www.soul-of-hospitality.com. Or you can call us at 081-443-3730. Thank you for joining us on our Real Hospitality Conversations podcast, and have a great day. Thank you for listening to Real Hospitality Conversations. If this episode was informative for you, please follow, share, and join the conversation. Until next time, remember, hospitality isn't about perfection, it's about people.